What a do, Silver Crew here with another live stream for you guys today. Sorry, I sent the time wrong. I sent it to 8:15 my time. I was supposed to send it to 9:15 my time, and I didn't realize until I was logging on right now. So I'm sorry for all the people that have been waiting, but we are live now. So I appreciate everyone joining here today. Today we're going to be discussing Raheem Sterling, which I've got exclusive news from one of a journalist or just more of a mate who has exclusively said that Raheem Sterling could be joining as of today. Peter Cech also leaving Chelsea. We're going to discuss that. ZH news, De Ligt news, so much news to discuss. I'm going to roll the intro. I'm going to introduce everyone, and then let's get into today's stream. Let's go.
We fucking got him.
And we're back, guys, here with another live stream. I hope everyone did enjoy it. I had to change the intro music because I kept getting copyright claimed. Hopefully I didn't get claimed on this one because I keep changing every goddamn week because one day it's fine, one day it's not. But other than that, I appreciate everyone joining me today. Again, sorry for being late. I'm going to read the chat very quickly, guys, and then we're going to discuss all the news we got today. It's a big day, guys. It's a big window. I'm excited for this window. So let's see what everyone's saying. We've got Alacrastra saying, looking forward to the most overrated player missing. Sitters, well, his official YouTube channel page still has him playing for Man City. And yeah, obviously he's not a Chelsea player yet. It's going to take a couple of weeks for him to kind of, I think, get announced. However, there will be a deal, which I'm going to get into in a session. I'm not going to talk about it now because I'll get the article up and all that. But, on the comment here, I'll be honest, Alacastra, I was with you on I don't really want the guy. But now I'm looking at it realistically. He comes in as our best attacker. He's been the best attacker in the Premier League for years. One of the best, not the best, one of the best. And who better to get, him informed than Thomas Tuchel? He automatically comes in as our best attacker, and I've been saying for a long, long time that I want Premier League improving players. So, why wouldn't this be the best shot? This is the best player we can get for a Premier League proven player. So I'm now kind of switching my view on it. I was at the start, I was never against it. I was questioning it. But now I'm looking forward to it. We'll look at our attack. Our attack is shit. Raheem Sterling comes in, automatically goes to the top of our attack. Like, our attack is very. People don't realize how bad our attack is. It's a garbage attack. We got History of Metal. Eva Dog says hello. Big up to you, bro. I hope you're new. If you're new, do make sure to like, subscribe. Appreciate you joining, guys. While I'm reading the chat, I want everyone to say big ups. I want everyone to say hello. I want everyone to say your thoughts on Raheem Sterling. Late, yep. Obviously, big up to Hannah. Pretty sorry about that. Yep. Obviously, I set the time wrong. We got Jay. Big up to Jay. Appreciate you joining. Hope you're well, Jay. Let me know your thoughts as well. Raheem Sterling, if you haven't already, do like the video. So the late show credits, my producer, my camera. Yeah, as I said, so guys, I've been about late. I was always awake. Yeah, it's 9 p.m. here. I set the wrong time and I was out, so I couldn't do it earlier. Got concierge, fix up Kepa, no minions here. This thing on Kepa is the guy better give me a thank you note because the amount of slander I get, like I'll say something and I'll just get slandered. Oh, but you're a Kepa fan. Like what the? Here's the one thing, guys. I'm going to target, obviously the Chelsea panelists because a lot of them, let's be honest, don't really listen. A lot of them who are on, if you saw me where I was on yesterday, a lot of them don't listen. What's wrong with supporting a player who wears our badge? There's nothing wrong with it, guys. I'm always bagging players here, there, but I never bag a person for backing a player. So I don't know about the Kepa thing. People would come at me, argue the argument, not argue the personal. So I don't know. A lot of people just don't know that maybe because of 50. Big up to Tobago. I hope you're well, man. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, I'm not sending it. I'm going to send it next weekend. I'm only going to do 45, 50 minutes today. And I'm going to jump on Gems later. I think Gems live. So if he's open line, I'll be on that. But I can't stay long. I have to go eat. and then go sleep soon because it's getting late. But on the weekend, guys, I'm gonna be opening the lines when I have about 2-3 hours. My source coming from my source coming to you from barbecue and ketchup. Let's go. No, my sources are Heinz and Frank's mustards. Intro is good. I appreciate that. Yeah, I just made it quickly. I was like, yeah, why not? Big up to Simon. Appreciate you, Simon, for joining. How are you, mate? Let me know your thoughts on Sterling. Tobias says 45. It's rumored to be 45 to 60, but I'm not sure about the price. Simon says we don't need Sterling. So it takes them 35 million, not for 65. I think that's very reasonable. The reason why I was so advocate for Sterling is because of the price. Like, we're getting him for a bargain, 35 million, and then the price kind of changed. If we're getting him for 65 million, we're not kind of making we're not getting anything special. We're getting him for his normal price. If we're gonna get him for 35 million, that's a bargain. That's a steal. So I hope we can do that. So I'm not really there. There is a lot of people who don't want Sterling Tobago. I'll be honest. Like, I think everyone, and I think with Sterling and Dembele, I think it's with attackers in general. I think it's very, very reasonable not to want a specific attacker. Like, if you don't want Dembele because of injuries, that's totally fine. You don't want Sterling, that's totally fine. You don't want Cook, but like with our attackers, because we've had such a bad record, a lot of people, we don't want to take that risk. Obviously we want to take a risk, but not on a certain player. We really look at attackers nowadays because of how shit our attack is, that we really kind of investigate attackers. And a lot of people look at Sterling, they go, maybe not. Or they look at them, they go, they look at Nkunku, they go, this guy. So they kind of look at a lot of attackers because of how shit our attack is. We really need to up our attack, and a lot of people do deep analyze on it. So I understand everyone not agreeing on one attacker. I think there's not one person who would agree to get one attacker in the team. Yeah, I think I'm exactly with that. Like 65, it's like for me, I'm like hesitant. I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting a player. Yeah, great. He's better than our players what we have, but we're not getting him for a bargain. We're getting him for his worth. If we were to get him for 35 million, fantastic. Bring him in. All negative news constantly coming about Chelsea says, boring, we're going to switch off soon. What's the negative news coming about Chelsea? I'm not too sure what that is. But big up to you, Bobby. Hope you're well, Bobby. Let me know your thoughts as well on Raheem. I think you're against it. If it is 45-50, again, yes, I said I would pay 40 to 45 for him. Kemba doesn't kiss the badge. I mean, like, there's no reason to hate on him this season. Like, there's nothing he's done wrong this season. Like, he's even come out and, like, there's nothing wrong he's done this season. You can't sit here and go, Keba's done anything wrong. Our first keeper's had a horrible season. He's not getting attacked, but our second keeper who stood up to our first keeper and outperforming him was very good, and he somehow, still gets hate for it. That's why when you back your player. Like, if you back Cho, like, it doesn't matter. Like, we got to think of it. We're all a 25-man team. We got Liam Lane here. Appreciate Liam Lane for joining. Hope you're well, man. Let me know your thoughts on everything happening. I would take Gakpo. He's unknown. I've never heard of him. Gakpo, yeah. I mean, for attackers, again, people say, we're gonna go for big names and stuff. For attackers, if we want instant performance, we got to kind of go for these big names because, again, youngsters, we've gone for youngsters out the last 3-4 seasons. Pulisic, Werner, Hudson-Odoi, all these young guys have it. It hasn't really worked out for us. I think we got to go for some cheap scouts. Maybe with Edwards. What's his name? I forgot his name. I said his name today, but I forgot it. Edwards something. That I'll talk about that in a second. Actually, though, 40 million because City want 90 million for Sterling and Jesus went for 50. That's why 40 million. That's great. I think 40 million. That's a great price we can get it for. 35, even better. But 40 million, I'll take that. Once the striker divides opinion too much from Chelsea fans, they're like it for nobody likes Sterling. I think rivals, like, you could say, like, a lot of people do like him because when you think of it realistically, Bobby, he comes in and he automatically becomes better than every single one of our attackers. He comes in, he's better than Werner, Mount, Havertz, Pulisic, everyone. He's automatically better. He's had a better legacy than all these players. That's how I look at it. And then the other side, of, like, they don't really want Sterling because it doesn't match their profile, which I understand. But we got to look at it realistically, Bobby. As I said, I was on the other side where I didn't really want him. And then I have to look at realistically. I'm like, hang on, shit, I got to fucking wake up and get our fantasy land. There's no A-list attacker we can get. Sterling comes in, he's automatically better than every single one of our attackers. That automatically makes him a better candidate to come in and fix our attack. As I said, I think Dembele and Sterling will be a fantastic matchup. I think they'll do great. Piszczek is leaving the club. Yeah, we're going to dive into that as our first topic, and I'm going to discuss about that as well. Frank Tax hurt Kepa. And he came out and said it as well. He came out and said he didn't like Frank Lampard. Like, I can't fucking believe it. Like, people still back this manager, man. I can't believe it. Frank Lampard killed eight of our main players. Every guy that didn't have an English flag next to him. Hated Jorginho, Alonso, Rudiger, Kepa. All disliked Lampard because of how he treated him. Like, this guy is not a manager we should be praising. He was the worst manager we've ever had for our club. Remember, he took us to 10th place. And Jody Morris never got any credit for the work he did. Jody Morris was the reason we got from 9th to 4th. Don't put this on Frank. Frank is a garbage manager. Garbage manager. Like, he's hurt. People don't understand. Like, people go, "Oh, look at the Frank." I never look at the Frank season. I never look at the Frank. The Frank season is gone out of my head because the way he was treated, these players, like Rudiger, Jorginho, even Kante was getting untreated. Kovacic, like, these players weren't getting treated right by our manager. For me, that's just so disrespectful, and I can't believe it. And again, the Jody Morris story. Jody Morris came out and said he never got credit for the stuff he did. He worked so hard with Werner. He tried to get Werner working. Frank would never listen to him, And then he said once they hit 9th, he woke up and he goes, "Frank, we gotta start doing this, this." And then Frank listened. So for me, the reason we got from 9th to 4th is because of Jody Morris. He was a class assistant manager. Class. Mitchell Edwards. Yeah, Michael Edwards or Mitchell. It's Michael, I think. Check leaving, no signing soon. The best we're looking at attack or the pressing stuff. Bobby, I want to let me know who you want to sign. Let me know who you want to sign in the attack. I'm just worried we will only sign one attacker. I mean, yeah, the Dembele news is fading. I mean, I said I thought it was done. I heard from journalists saying that it's all done and dusted, but it could change. Why doesn't Bowie sack the chief scout? Oh yeah, that guy, yeah. What's it? I don't know his name. That fat guy. It's a fat white guy. I don't know his name. Bobby, that's what. Yeah, it might. I mean, as I said, I think now with Czech gone, Michael Edward comes in. We are actually signing a City reject. We can we guys? Can we claim it as a City reject? I mean, yes, but let's look at it. He's better than Grealish on the wing. Like, he's better than if we were to get Grealish, that's a City reject. But I think Sterling's better than Grealish. I think Sterling's better than Jesus. I think Sterling's probably better, maybe the same level as Foden. I think the only people better than him on the wing is Mahrez. So I think we're not getting a reject. We're just getting what they don't want, I guess. I mean, you don't know if you call that a reject, but he's like still a good player. As I said, we'll get into Sterling in a bit. If we get our choices come to the end of the window, I won't care that what we paid for them as Todd won't spend what we can't afford. That would be short of under new ownership. 100%. I mean, but again, the reason why I want to go for Sterling is because he was so cheap. If we're going to go 65 million, Rafinha is the way to go. If we're going to spend 65 million, Rafinha. If we're going to spend 35, 40, Sterling. That's a steal. It's a steal. Doesn't sound good. I mean, yeah, the guy's an idiot, but I don't know, he's like kind of long neck. He's a fat white guy. I remember I saw a picture of him, and a lot of people were hating on him. Yeah, we should sign Mahrez. I mean, yeah, Mahrez would be a dream. Bernardo Silva would be a dream, but that's not happening. But yeah, let's put the first tweet up. Peter Cech has decided to leave. Actually, before we even do that, guys, we're on 16 likes. We got 11 in here. Let's get to 20 likes right now, guys. Come on, 20 likes right now. I'm gonna give you guys some breaking news. Haven't already, guys? Subscribe. We 380, which is great. When I go live, we obviously get a lot of subscribers going. So let's get to I think 400 by end of the month if I keep doing daily, which will be great. So let's keep doing that, guys. But Peter Cech, guys, has decided to leave Chelsea. Now, what does that mean? So Peter Cech was part of Marina. Them two worked together, and he was kind of not the head of transfer, but he was one of the representatives as the transfers. So he's now left, and it wasn't forced by Bowie. He left on his own terms. So Bowie didn't force him out. He left him. He left on his own terms. So the rumors of that is very false. So he just left on his own terms, which we can't stop. We can't stop that. Now, what does that mean? Now, that means the new guy, Michael Edwards, coming in would be our transfer director, taking over Peter Cech's place. So it's not the worst thing. That's if we sign Michael Edwards, which I think Michael Edwards, guys, if you don't know, was an old Liverpool scout. He got Mane, he got Salah, he got Fabinho. He signed Fabinho, so he did sign a couple of their great talents. So we need to really up our scouting, and we really need to invest more in who we sign. And when we do invest, to sign the fucking players. Like again, I can't believe we still missed out on Tushimeni. Like Tushimeni is now going to go to Madrid and flop. He could have came in. He could have came in our squad and killed it. But I want to let you guys know what's everyone's thoughts on Peter Cech leaving. I'm going to bring up. I think Con had a great tweet. I want to bring up. I don't remember exactly what it said, but I'm going to bring it up. And I want everyone's thoughts on Mahrez. Yeah, Mahrez. I think Mahrez will stay at City. I think he likes it that. There is no outstanding striker, perhaps Rafinha or Dembele. That's again like it's a fair point not to want Sterling, but it's like, who else do you want? It's like, so you've obviously said Rafinha and Dembele. For me, that'll be my dream. Will be Rafinha or Dembele, but I wouldn't mind Sterling if we get him for a cheap price because we'll be getting him for a deal. We're getting for a deal. If we get him for 65 million, we should be buying Rafinha. But Con said a great thing. He goes, "That's another top journalist saying Cech and Marina wanted to keep Lukaku, and Bowie wanted to back what Tuchel wanted. That's massive news, guys. So Cech and Marina wanted to keep Lukaku, but Tuchel didn't. So Bowie backed the manager. We are seeing the owners back the manager and not the representative. That's what we've all been dreaming of. We've been dreaming of this since 2003. This is what we want, guys. Isn't it? Isn't this what we want? So Peter Cech and Marina leaving is what Bowie not wanted. He wanted. He didn't want them to leave, but Bowie, Cech and Marina wanted to keep Lukaku. Bowie didn't because Tuchel didn't want him. So these guys disagreed. Bowie steps in. He beats the big man. That's what we need from our owners, and that's fantastic from Bowie. He's moving mad right now. That's great to see. Tal will buy Tuchel's first choice. He won't go for whether it's a bargain or not. I 100% agree, and that's what we should be doing. Whatever Tuchel wants, we should be doing. And this is why Bowie's back in Tuchel. So for me, if Sterling's getting super close to Chelsea, that means Tuchel wants him, and we should all be backing it. So for me, if we're gonna, because it looks like we're gonna sign Sterling, and looking at this evidence here, saying Bowie not sacked, but he disagreed with Cech and Marina wanting to keep Lukaku, and Bowie wanted to back Tuchel. That means he's backing Tuchel's deals. These are Tuchel signings. Sterling, Kunde. These are Tuchel signings, and this is what we want. We've been dreaming of this, Chelsea fans. We've been dreaming of this. Scott McLaughlin. Let me. I only remember his face. McLaughlin. No, not Chelsea. Don't think so. Chelsea head of scout. Guys, like the stream as well. I'm just searching. I want to look at the head of scout. This guy. This is the guy I've seen. Okay, he's not even a fan. I was looking at another guy. This is the one that this is our head of scout, and he's garbage. We sacked our whole board. We're in trouble. Well, I'm really liking this change. I mean, everyone have different opinions on it, but I really like this change because we are now refreshing. We've got a great refresh, and people go, people I think have the right to say, oh, but it's happening too fast. It's happening while we're in a window. Well, that means Bowie wants to get stuff done. He's not sacking these guys so he can refresh next season. He's sacking them so he can refresh now. Them leaving, guys, means Michael Edwards or a new candidate is going to come in very, very soon. If we don't see someone soon, but we're making signs, because guys, remember, Czech and Marina are not the only ones sitting at the desk. There are other staffs there. There are other people, even like this guy right here, this idiot right here, but there are other people in that circle that are still making transfers, that are still going to scout, that are still going to, that are ringing up PSG, Roma, all these other teams. So there are more people doing the work behind the scenes than just Peter Cech and Marina. Remember that, guys. So there are still people doing work. However, there isn't a hierarchy now. We've lost the head of director, we've lost the head of the transfers. That's where Michael Edwards comes in, and Michael Edwards fix those problems. Coach says he doesn't trust Bowie. Wow, really? I mean, Bowie, guys, is doing the American style where he gets more involved in the transfers. Because remember, look at Kroenke, look at all these other guys. These guys just fund the money. They go, I like this guy here. I like this guy here. I've seen him on TV. I want him. That's what the owners would do. Bowie, however, goes to talk to agents. He goes and he sees which player you're offering. Who are you going to offer? I can give you a deal. I can give you this player. He's being involved with Tuchel. So it's like a side-by-side partnership, both going to determine who they want to sign, which is a great format. It's an American-style format like they do at the Dodgers. Remember, guys, he's bringing the American culture into the UK football. And in the American culture, they use players to get rid of. So they use cash plus players to offload players, which is fantastic. That's why we're seeing Werner being involved in the Stilic deal, and that's fantastic. So we're seeing a whole new side of football transfers in the UK. That's why a lot of people are kind of happy. A lot of people are not adjusting to the change. I'm loving it. I think this is great. I think Bowie is taking charge. We don't want a person to come in and again, Bowie's backing the manager. He's backing them. He's doing what we want, guys. He's backing the manager. So if he's backing the manager and the manager doesn't want Tuchel, but it doesn't want fucking Lukaku, but these directive of footballs, Czech and Marina, want to keep Lukaku, then Bowie's gonna get rid of him, which he didn't. He didn't get rid of him. He got rid of Marina, but Peter Cech left on his own will. That's what I've heard. Big up to Nippon. Hope you're well, Nippon. Let me know. I want to know your thoughts on the Czech leaving. What's your thoughts? Are you happy about it? You're not? I don't think so. And again, in January, half these Chelsea fans, half these comment sections were blaming our midfield for the problem. Why we're never going to win the league with our midfield, blah, blah, blah. But no one's wanting a proper midfielder. They want a Declan Rice, but they don't want an international guy. Declan Rice, you guys know my thoughts, Declan Rice. I don't want this. I don't want Declan Rice. Tuchel didn't want Lukaku, and Marina and Cech wanted Lukaku to stay, which was going to be exactly. And what does Bowie do? Bowie picked the side, and he's picked the manager. And that's fantastic. Guys, I was never a hater of Marina. I was never a lover for Marina. Marina was great. She did great things, but she also did a lot of bad things. She, for me, was nothing special. She was just the face of transfers. There was a lot of work going behind the scenes. That was her fault. That wasn't her fault. She did great. It's time for her to move on. We have a change going, and when's the best time to do a change? Immediately. If she knows she's going to get sacked you're going to get sacked after the transfer window, do you think she's going to do work? If you guys know you're going to get fired, you're going to get fired in a month. Do you really think you're going to put 100% into your work? No, because you're still going to get paid. You might put 50%, 60%, but you're not going to put 100% because you know you're going to be leaving. Why put that effort in? So I trust Chobo. Change is good. Yeah, change is good. And change, when you have an active owner, guys, it's not just Todd Bowie. Remember, it's the Swiss guy as well who's investing. Bowie's the head now, but Bowie's the one who's speaking as well. Bowie's doing stuff. He's not just sitting in the corner funding money. He's there. He's there talking to agent. He's there doing stuff, which is great. So like that, and that's what we want, guys. Remember, Chelsea fans, we want this to happen. We want our owners to back the managers. We should all be on Bowie's side right now. After this, Sportswise said, actually, I want to read Sportswise reply. Big up to VJ, my man. He says, if this is true, then Tuchel mentioning about this support the entire previous year he gets from Marina and Czech must be false. I don't think so on that, VJ. I think it was just the point of Lukaku. Big up to Faye says, it needs to change. Well, it has to be good. Yeah. It's a few days ago, Czech said he would be very sure we would see, and Tuchel didn't want him. Exactly. And I don't know what happened behind the scenes, guys. This is hypothetically, in my view, maybe there was a fallout. I'm not sure. maybe there was something, but Czech left on his own will. I'm gonna deep dive on. Actually, let's see what people send the question. Let's see if anyone's kind of answered it because I just saw the news before, but I was out, so I didn't really investigate it too much. But I'll have a look. Kayla, big up to you. Hope you're well, Kayla. Make sure to do like the stream. Big up the football capital in the house. Big up the football capital. Hope you're well, man. Let me know your thoughts. He says, great signing for Chelsea. And again, a lot of Royal fans are agreeing that Sterling is a great player. You know, and the same and the same Manchester United fans, were the ones who says Lukaku was bad. We should have listened to them. So, I think as I said, I've changed my perspective on it. I think Sterling is going to be great if we get it for a great price. If we get it for 65 million, he's worth. Yeah, we can think about it. But I would personally go for Rafinha. As a chain, but it's not the yeah. And this is Scott McLaughlin as well. He's the head of transfers. He's head of scouting. He's done jack shit, to be honest. Wants a break. Oh wow, I haven't heard that. I just heard that he's had his break, and he's wanting to now kind of come back. So we'll see what happens. But Michael Edwards will be a dream, guys. Me a dream. I mean, yeah, our priority is the defense. Again, I've said this with our attack. Yes, our attack needs work, but we have the numbers there. Our midfield is aging. Like, this is going to take a couple of. We know this is going to take a couple of seasons. 10 guys, 10 people in here. I want everyone like the stream right now. I don't know why we aren't on 20 likes. We know this is going to take a couple of seasons, right? However, we still need to move with pace. We need to kind of equal out. Our midfield are declining. Our midfield was apparently the problem, so we should be fixing it. Now, personally, I wouldn't go for any midfielders this season. I think we just stay for attackers. I think we go defense attack because there's no midfielder now who can come in and relatively change our team. Rice isn't going to do it. Sangare, does he have the capacity for that? Kamara we've lost. Tushimeni we've lost. Basumi we've lost. I don't think there's anyone on the market right now. I think we just hold it off. I think we play with the Jorginho Kante, Jorginho cover. I think we just do it again. I think realistically we have to as well. Nipper, not today. I'm only gonna be live for another 20 minutes and then I'm dipping. But I'm on the weekend nipping. Notifications on. Keep the notification on. Our previous board knew we are dying to get a wing back that didn't sign MXM. Who's MXN? I don't know MXN, but I think we're gonna be getting Klaus from Nice, which I think is great. He's a wing back. But hang on, does he stop Reece James's development as playing as a wing back? Does Reece James now go to a right centre back? I personally think we go for Sosa because I think Chilwell is the person we should be focusing on more because Chilwell he's come back from an injury. We don't know how he's going to play. We all hope he comes back 100%. However, Sosa will be great because he can be a backup for Chilwell. We don't, as I said, I've said this. I don't want someone in coming and stopping Reece James' development because I think he's going to be generational. I think he's going to be world class soon. Like he isn't already. He's world class right now. He's going to become one of the best wing backs we've ever had in our club. But Klaus coming in, does that mean Reece James drops to right centre back? And for me, that stops his development because he's a better right wing back. I don't know. It's a question for you guys. Is this a done deal? All right, let's get into Sterling. We're going to Sterling in a second. I mean, January last season. Yeah, but who was MXM? I'm not sure who MXM was. I mean, wing back, yes. We didn't sign Hakimi. I was like, yeah, Hakimi. I didn't mind it. I think it was great. But when we didn't sign him, I never wanted Adama Traore. I think Adama Traore was garbage, and we saw that at Barca. But I was really hoping we actually just use one of the one of our academy for that because we weren't, it was a bit late in the window. I was like, you know what, we'll just use one of our academy, just develop them because we were too late. We should have signed someone last window, but we didn't. Now we have time. Now we should be signing Klaus or Sosa or someone. Big up to Luca. Appreciate Luca for joining. Arsenal fan who have signed Gabriel Jesus, which is a great signing for them. See what happens with Jesus. I mean, Jesus, I heard yesterday he wants to play wing for Brazil. He's asked to play wing, but I guess Arsenal are going to play him in the central midfield. Central attacking, sorry. Joel Veltman. I've heard that name for Veltman from Brighton. He's left-footed centre-back. Brighton, we've been looking at Brighton and Burnley's attacking for, Dunk and Tarkowski. I personally wouldn't go for that. I think Dilic and Kunde and Koulibaly are the three we should be eyeing and get two of those three. Sterling going to Chelsea is pretty much a done deal. That's what I've been hearing. I'll bring that news up in a second. I'll read this comment and then we'll get into it, guys. So we're gonna dive into Sterling, guys. So let's all like the video right now, guys. Let me check how many likes from guys. We'll read this final comment and we'll get on it. But Liam says, what will happen to Kante Jorginho's contract this summer? We will have a big say what happens there as both of them only have a year left and we cannot allow the contracts to run down. 100%. They've got till 2023. What do we do with them? Personally, for me, I would run out Jorginho's contract. I think Jorginho next season will be great. If we extend it, even better. And I would do the same for Kante. I would maybe give him an extra 1 year because we might want to make money off it next season. Because this season, it doesn't look like we're going to be signing a midfielder. Doesn't look like it at all. And I've said, if we're going to get a midfielder, they're not going to come and drastically change our midfield. We might as well hold it off for a season. But I would personally just put, if we can, 1 year on Jorginho's contract, 1 year on Kante's contract, because as soon as Jorginho's contract ends, he's going to Juventus. Not that he wants to go to it, his stupid agent wants him to go there. All right. We got Steven here. Big up to Steven. Who said that exclusive Real Madrid has told Manchester City he wants to go to Chelsea. The deal could be agreed today. Now, speak up to Stephen. I'm not sure where you got this source at, but let's just talk on this topic. Now, I think Raheem Sterling might be our first signing. I think he is done deal pretty much. Manchester City, they haven't came out and said it publicly, but they've kind of hinted that they want money for Jesus and Sterling. Now we've seen Jesus getting done. That means we're going to probably see Sterling getting done. There's no. He just said this. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Take it as you will. But this is kind of to back up that I'm not gonna lie, that GIF is so annoying. I'm just gonna get another one. GIF is really annoying. He's acting a bit sus there. No, but again, they've won a 90 million, as they said, for both Raheem and the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Fucking Jesus. What's this here? Why do I search up Sterling and Elon Musk comes up? What's really stupid shit? Sterling. But yeah, guys, 14 in here. I like the stream. We're going to be talking about Sterling now, guys. I want everyone's thoughts on Sterling. What does this say? It says here that the Sun, which I don't like to trust, Coach Tuchel would have put the English player as a priority target on his list, knowing that the player wishes to leave Manchester. It could favour the operation being completed soon. So we're hearing it more, even though it's from the Sun. It's a low tier for me that Sterling could be close to joining. Now, as I said, I think it's going to be happening very soon. Kunde, I've said I think that's done. I think we're just waiting now, fucking just to do something. I don't know. We've been given till July 5th. So we're the only ones in the race for it. So if we give him the money by July 5th, he's our player. Now, Sterling on the other hand, he's only got 1 year left in his contract. That's why we're promoting the price of 35 million pounds. I wouldn't pay 65 million for a guy who's just got 1 year on his contract. 35 million would be a great deal. He wants to sort out his future before preseason. I mean, there was something that Manchester City agreed for him to leave, so I don't think he'll stay for preseason. Again, a lot of players on holidays, they're having their week off, which comes to I think they're having a week or 2 weeks off. I'm not sure. I think it's 2 weeks off, and then they come for preseason. So I think they've got a couple more days. I think 3-4 more days of holidays. So again, yes, they will be talking to their agents, but they won't be kind of forcing it yet. A lot of people have said this week and next week are going to be major for Chelsea because this is when July hits. Again, Dembele's contract ends. He can officially come and join us as it's being claimed. De Ligt, Kunde. Kunde is going to be either here or not by July 5th. If it's not July 5th and Kunde hasn't signed for Chelsea, he's not going to be a Chelsea player. So we've got a lot of work to do in the coming days. So his life up Premier League has scored or assisted in every other game. That's a top player. And yeah, again, he comes in and he already kills the stats of our players. Let me bring up a tweet. Actually, I saw someone tweeting Raheem Sterling stats, but as I said, guys, like if you're against Sterling, I understand it, but look at it realistically. He comes in and automatically is better than all our attack. 25 goals assists, 24 goals assists, 36 goals assists, 39, 37. Now, the thing I've said is that is Sterling the carrier of a team, or does he need to be carried? That's one thing I cannot answer because I see him in games. He relies a lot on creativity, relies a lot on forcing play, and when you got the best person in the world to do that, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, that's going to be a bit easier. Coming into a team where you're next to Mount and Havertz may be a bit more tricky. But I think, again, if he has the confidence, if he has the comfortability in the team, I think he'll thrive. I think, again, we've been wishing for a Premier League proven player. People go, oh, let's not skirt the France. Let's go to the league that we're in. Now we're buying a player in the league that we're in, and a lot of people aren't happy about it. As I said, I think it's a great deal. He automatically comes in. He's automatically better than all our attacks. He's better than Werner. He's better than Mount. He's better than Puss. He's better than Havertz. He's better than Lukaku. He's automatically better than all of them. So what's the reason why not to sign him? I would sign him if he's automatically better than half our attack. Sterling is a direct and create goals. We don't have to. Oh, I'm on mute. I don't know how long I've been on mute for. Oh wait, that was just now. Sorry, that's right. Yeah, Sterling is a creator, but he's not the biggest creator. Like he does need a lot of, not a lot of service. I think I said that today. I think I said a lot. I don't think I mean a lot. I think he needs service still. It's not like he can get the ball and draw past players every single time. He can do that, not all the time. The other thing is, he's a bit clumsy. Now, people would say, yeah, he misses some open goals. He's done that a lot. And he's maybe missed a dribble or here and there, or he just shuts off and runs into a player. But again, guys, like we gotta think realistically. He's a Premier League proven player who fits into our team because he's automatically better than all our attack. If we were to go get someone like Nkuku, we could discuss if he's better than our attack because of the other league he's in. Possibly same with Dembele, maybe. Like we can discuss is he better than these players, but Raheem Sterling comes in and is automatically better than all our attackers. Automatically. He's playing the Premier League, the same league our attackers have for the last 3 seasons, and none of our attackers have put the same numbers he has. And I think this season he's been out of form quite a bit. We got the fair boy, so still in deal complete yet. It's looking like it's a done deal. It's been exclusively said that he will sign a 5-year contract. Now we're just waiting to see if Manchester City lets him go nice and early. UCL is not the core of the objective because of the luck needed. Luck, yeah. I mean, they were just one game off from winning it, and they couldn't win it. So yeah, I mean, that's the City's CEO for you. They're not the best type of people. But guys, we got 14 people in here. I want everyone to like the stream. Let's get to 30 likes right now, guys. I know we can easily do it. So we can maybe get 40 likes before the end of the stream. And 400 subs by the end of the month if we keep streaming consistently. So 10 people in here, guys. Let's get 30 likes. We're going to get 30 likes by the end of the stream. So let's do that now. It's free. Support your boy. And it gets more people in here so we can have more discussions, longer discussions, and that. It wasn't a source. It was just that Steven said this. Oh, that was my next piece of news. I forgot about that. Let me get it up. I should ask him where he got the source from. People comparing Werner to people comparing Werner to what's his name? Sterling. Like Jesus Christ. Werner, guys, is absolutely ass. Werner is garbage, guys. Werner is nowhere near Sterling. But this is what Steven said. He's done some minor journalism before. Again, I would take it with a grain of salt, but let's look realistically. City have let him go. He wants to leave. We want to buy him. It's looking like a done deal soon. So we'll see you guys in the next couple of weeks. Now, I want to go to this next piece of news, guys, before we come back to Sterling. Rafinha will most likely deny CF Chelsea's interest. Contrary to popular belief, it's not Neymar Jr. as the top alternative to Rafinha. Now, it's looking like Rafinha's not coming. It's looking like he's going to choose Arsenal, and then maybe not Arsenal. It might be Spurs, then maybe us. That's what a lot of people have been saying. So our alternative, which apparently it's not, which is great, is Neymar Jr. Now, I want everyone's thoughts on Neymar Jr. first before we get to Zaha. I personally do not want Neymar Jr. at this football club. This guy's a great player. He's got great talent. But remember, he's quite old now. He's very old for a winger. It's the same guy who's playing in a very easy league but doesn't put 100% in his own team. Remember, he's the same guy who takes 4 weeks off a year to attend his sister's birthday. Same guy who gets constantly injured from falling over. Oh, it's 1 week. He'll miss 1 week. Doesn't matter. Neymar Jr. is not going to come to Chelsea and succeed. He's going to come, he's going to sit on our bench, he's going to get paid, and he's going to go to his sister's birthday back in France or wherever he is. And we're definitely not going to pay $700,000 a week wage. So Neymar Jr. is not coming to Chelsea. He's never going to come to Chelsea. He's a great talent. He's a great player, but he's not for Chelsea, and he never will be. Now it said, Tuchel has identified Crystal Palace hero Wilfred Zaha as an alternative to Rafinha. Patrick Vieira wants to keep Zaha at all costs. Now I saw something here, and there's an update saying that Chelsea are willing to offer either Conor Gallagher or Hakim Ziyech in a potential swap deal with Crystal Palace's Wilfred Zaha. That was on contingent on Raheem Sterling. He is in advanced stages. So would you guys do that? Would you guys want to take Wilfred Zaha? So Vega does not want Zaha. Big up the Chelsea fan. Appreciate you joining, man. Let me know your thoughts. Wilfred Zaha to Chelsea and Ziyech could be used in the deal. Wow, what about a swap deal? Ziyech plus cash for Rafinha. That'd be actually not bad. Exactly. We're not going to get Neymar anyway. We're not going to get him. He's not coming. It's good he's not coming, guys. We've just removed a player who gets sore stomachs from our team, who misses a final because he doesn't want to play in it. We've just removed that we've just removed that horrible mentality out of our team. Why would we go for another player who misses 4 weeks for his sister's birthday? His wages are his wages are. Personally, don't care what players come as long as yeah. That's what everyone. Obviously, that's what everyone, should be thinking. Yes, but obviously, we're going to discuss all aspects. And obviously, there has to be some opinion into it. Yes, that should be everyone's second option, but we all are entitled to an opinion about the player. And yes, if Tuchel wants them, Tuchel should be get him. So if Tuchel wants Zaha, guys, if Tuchel wanted Zaha, would you guys all switch up? If it should be, yeah, I would. I don't want Zaha, but if Tuchel wants him, I'll take him, 100%. But again, there was news that we could be using Ziyech in the deal. Personally, if we could use a Ziyech deal with Zaha, maybe that might work out. Again, will he put 100% into Chelsea? Remember, he's been at Palace for a long, long time. United never wanted to pay that 80 million for him, so they never got him. I think Tottenham were interested in him a couple of years ago. I think they paid 65, 70. They never paid the money. I think Arsenal were interested in him, but they're never going to pay that 80 million. So no one ever paid the money for him, and he always stayed. Can this be his time to leave? Or rather, they're sort of Rafael Leo AC, that striker, rather deal with him. Yeah, and I think that's a great option as well. I think if we're going to sell him, might as well sell him to AC Milan and get Rafael Leo for it. I think use him in the deal. Because as I said, guys, we're going to be seeing a lot more player involvement in transfers because of the American style. The way Todd Boehly does it is that he uses players in the transfer, which is great. We don't have to just use cash all the time. Um, 22 likes, guys. We've got 14 people in here. I want everyone right now, stop what they're doing, like the stream, subscribe if you're new, turn the notification bell, guys. Guys, remember to turn the notification bell on. It's very, very important to do that so you guys know when I'm live, so you know when to come in, when to chat, when to have your say. So do have that on. But I want everyone's thoughts, guys. Do you guys want Zaha? Do you guys want to get rid of Ziyech? I think Ziyech, personally, I would get rid of Ziyech. I think Ziyech unfortunately flopped at Chelsea. I don't think he has done well. I think he's on the same pundit as Werner, where they both flopped and they're both not good players at Chelsea. They unfortunately weren't ready for the Premier League. I said this about Ziyech, that he's physically very weak. That shoulder injury he obtained was because of the strength of his shoulder. Remember, no contact. He fell, and there was a doctor that came out and said that's from a lack of muscle surrounding it. There's no tissue surrounding it because there's no muscle. It was very, very weak, the shoulder. So he's physically, unfortunately, very weak, and I don't think he was ready for the Premier League with a fast pace. If he had pace, I think it would have been fantastic. But I think AC Milan is a much better option for him. Half of them, I don't make any sense. You can't really have that. I go by what they make sense first, and then I think, yeah. Obviously, not like I don't think this is a true source, but obviously, we come in. We'll get an opinion. We'll obviously use it to have a discussion about it. So it's always just about the discussion. And I always say if it's very true or not. And I think this one is not true. I don't think we go for Zaha. I think we do get rid of Ziyech. And I think we possibly use him in a deal for Rafael Leo. Again, is he another player that comes in and just doesn't fit into the Premier League? I'm just a bit worried with these type of players. Like, we're going to go for spend the money out, spend a spot in the team for then this guy to possibly not do well. I think attacking, but if we get if we get Dembele and Sterling, I think that would be it for attack. We get rid of Werner. I would get rid of Werner, Ziyech, and loan Hudson-Odoi and bring in Sterling and Dembele. That's our great attack done. And that's it from there. Defenders, I think, guys, there was, I think, a bit of advanced news that Aspie is possibly staying. I think Tuchel wants Aspie to stay, but I don't think Aspie wants to stay himself. I think he wants to leave and progress Barcelona, to kind of finish his career off and go there. So, I don't know. I would sell him. I wouldn't personally keep him. If he wants to go, let him go. Just seeing. Terry just said here, looks like Dembele's contract extension with Barcelona to be signed today. Also, with being told this was fed back to Deco, Rafinha's agent, as early as last week. Wow. Guys, we could be losing. Guys, that's it. We've lost Dembele then. That's it. We've lost him. Wara Source Tier 1. Who is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy? I have no idea who this guy is, but Zaha flop big time at United. Yep. Chelsea have left their options open since Todd Boehly took the interim. Their approach is better for both either Raheem and Rafinha in attack. Again, that'd be great if we get two Premier League Premier League proven players. Fantastic. I think we've all been dreaming of that for a while. Nizar Cancelo. ZH probably isn't the Prem. It's how he is used. Take it to another team and Prem that player to his strength and he'll ball out. And unfortunately, I don't think we can revolve around him. I remember Chusha tried to use him, and I've said this, that he kind of got an unfair disadvantage. He was balling out. He had that. Remember how our attackers, Werner, Werner, Havertz, Pulisic, they all had that short-term 3-4 games of form, and then they flopped and got benched. Ziyech was on a roll. He had 3, 4, 5 fantastic games, and then he got dropped out of nowhere. And after that, that international break happened, and then we kind of never saw him again. So he was always doing bad and great. And I think Tuchel kind of disrespected him a little bit because he never put him on the pitch when Werner was doing garbage. Pulisic wasn't there. Mount was just drained and tired. Havertz will just stand there in the. I mean, you can't really sub Havertz, but These players, weren't playing the best, and Ziyech I think was playing a bit better than them, and they didn't really perform. But I don't think he's fit for Premier League. I think he's not good enough Premier League. I mean, he's I really would have thought, he would be used as more as a inside forward than a winger. A winger drags the ball to the wings. He gets the ball, pop on his left foot. He's too predictable. Like, he's just too predictable. Like, he's going to go with his left foot and either shoot or think. He doesn't have the fast paced skill, to kind of get the ball, stop it, use his pace and use his technique. He doesn't really have that. It's just he's got a left foot, and we didn't really have a player we can, header spam the headers to. Like, we lost Giroud. Lukaku couldn't fucking do it to save his life. Havertz did it from time to time, but he wasn't the best at it. So we didn't really have that player to kind of spam crosses to. And when Lampard, Tammy was the worst player physically in the air. Like, he was garbage in the air, so we couldn't really use him to do that. So I really think Ziyech is just not ready. Overrated Premier. Yeah, it's no. I really think the Prem is the hardest league in the world. Um, People come in here from all around the world, and they just come from different leagues. And look, every time they unfortunately, some of them, majority of them flop, and then you send them back to Serie A, and then they'll ball out there. Like, it is such a hard league. Terry trolling. I mean, he didn't really use the best source. I'm not gonna lie. We're not in for Rafinha. We're not getting Rafinha. We're not getting Neymar in for Rafinha. Yeah, does that mean we're not in for Rafinha now? So this was fed back to why was with we signed for Barcelona. Yeah, actually no, right. Yeah, we didn't lose him. We didn't lose. It's just that we didn't we didn't win. We didn't win our objective. Our objective was to sign him. We didn't win. Yeah, we didn't lose, and then Barcelona won. But you can say we lost because our objective was to sign him. But he's always picked Barcelona. Barcelona gave him what he wanted. He would stay. And I was surprised they actually gave him to potato paste. Yeah, I think Terry has good sources. I think this guy, I have no idea who the hell Jimmy Chow. This I don't think he's even a journalist, so I don't think that's true. We need to go for Rafinha now. I think, like I said, I think where Rafinha's third choice, I think is Arsenal first, Tottenham, and then us. Because I don't think I said if we progress for them, we will go for them. Michael Edwards and Paul Mitchell are the two names Chelsea are looking for as a sporting director. That's great. We need to bring them in instantly. Michael Edwards, bring them in. And Paul Mitchell are two names. Who's Paul Mitchell? Let me look at. Oh no, so they come up with the Channel 7 news by Paul Mitchell. AS Monaco is currently sporting director of AS Monaco. Actually, that would be bad. AS Monaco. I mean, like, they got a lot of talent. They're like, remember, like back in 2017, 18. So that wouldn't be the worst. If we can get both of them, that would be great. But I'm just seeing. Let's see if there's any final news, guys. We've kind of already said everything. I want to kind of see if there's any other news before we kind of end the deal. The spotlight of Rafinha. Arsenal fan has said here, David M. I don't know who he is, but he said despite late interest in Rafinha, the deal is 99.99% done and could be announced as early as Tuesday for Arsenal. Check Vince. All right. So as I said, I really think Vince, Arsenal go for Rafinha, and then that's going to be a great signing for them. They get both Rafinha and Jesus. What's he said about Kunde? Let's see. I want to see what he says about the Luke. Luke is a ball playing centre back, but Juventus want him to become prime Chiellini. Don't get twisted. He's elite talent. Still wanting him the likes of Bayern Munich. I've said this. The reason I personally think he did not make it at Juventus is because this guy is a player who needs comfortability. Comfortability is comfort. You go in your own home, you sit down, you're comfortable in your own home. This guy's playing like he's at a mate's house. He's not comfortable there because he's a born leader. When you got leaders who are leading the dressing room, like Chiellini, Bonucci, Quadrado, you got all these players leading, the youngsters. There's no room for Delete to become a leader in there. They've already got the dressing room. They've had the dressing room for 7, 8 years. And why would he force to change it? He's not that type of guy. He's the type of guy, you put him in a situation where it needs leadership, it needs urgency, he will create that. You put him in a Chelsea team where right now we've got zero leadership at the back. Right, take out Thiago Silva because I don't think Thiago Silva is going to play a full season. But we put De Ligt in. De Ligt gets comfortable with the team. He gets comfortable with the dressing room. He gets confidence on the pitch. He gets comfortable on the pitch. He makes Chelsea his new home, and that's where he thrives. That's where he thrives. So that's what we need from De Ligt to get his own comfortability and confidence in the team because he has no confidence off the pitch at Juventus. As I said, he's someone who needs to control the team. He did that at Ajax. He did that in Ajax youth. He's been doing that since he's been 16 years old. He's been the leader of Ajax. That's why he played so well because he's the one leading the team. He's leading the bunch. He's the shepherd. But when you put him as a sheep, it's not going to work. He needs to be the shepherd. He needs to be the leader. And you bring him in a team where you've got no shepherd, like our team, he'll come in and perform. Paul Mitchell is great. Ralph Ragnick wanted him as scout. I mean, yeah, he's a Monaco scout, top Monaco, so it'd be great. Both Michael Edwards and Paul Mitchell are great directors and scouts. So hopefully we get both of them top scout with him. I still hope United get him, but just sign a new Del Monaco. Oh, so yeah, we'll see what happens there. I think, we will need two now. I just realized. But I assume we get Michael Edwards if Michael Edwards is okay with it, which hopefully he is. The foreign imports make the Prem what it is, so I don't buy the notion most who play in the foreign league flop in the EPL. But that's what I've been saying, and I don't know if you agree with that, but I buy in the notion because you look at the statistics, you look at the players. I'll give you thousands of examples. Tamori, Lukaku, Tammy, like just some of our own players who leave our team who were never good in the Premier League. They go into a different league and they ball it out there. Why? Because they're so much more comfortable it's a bad league. It's a bad league. Serie A is unfortunately not the best league. Premier League is the best league in the world. It's the hardest league in the world. It's very physical. Germany, you got a lot of space. Serie A, a lot of space. Paris Saint-Germain, France league, the players' quality isn't the best. So it's much easier for those leagues. You come Premier League, you've got a lot of great players. And these are players, big players, physical players. So, tell me a player who's come from a previous league and automatically played well. I'll give you two. Diaz, Fernandez. Take away them, people need to come, and that's why there's the excuse of give time to players. Because when they come from foreign teams, they have to give time. You wouldn't hear that in the Serie A if they come from the Premier League. There's no time. You have to perform immediately. You're coming from the best league in the world to a mid-table league. Trust me, I go ask an Italian fan, they go, well, take time for players to adjust. No. They don't need time. I'm not sure where the Conde news deal. Let me just have a look. Let me search. Guys, 12 people in here. We're gonna be like 5 more minutes, and we're gonna head off. So, do make sure, guys, to like the stream right now. I'm not sure. Link to tweet. I'm talking about. Wait. I can't find the link. Not sure what he said about Kunde. But I want to reiterate that point, guys. De Ligt as well. De Ligt, as I said, people compare him to Maguire, and I say yes, you're absolutely right. You can compare him to Maguire because those two are two old school defenders. However, Maguire is nowhere near on the level of the ability of De Ligt. You take A and you take B. They're both letters, but they don't have the same ability. They have the same style. They're both letters, but they don't have the same ability. And De Ligt's ability is much better the way he plays as an old school defender. Now, for Juventus, he may have flopped. No, I want to say flopped because he's the second highest defender with the least amount dribbled past. So he's been dribbled past the second highest in the Serie A. Big stat. because that's what old school defenders do. You can't drill past old school defenders. So we cannot buy players that don't play in the Prem because we cannot buy any player that don't play in the Prem because the default they are bound to fail. It's obviously players who pass the test to it, but look at us, Fairboy. Like we've had a lot of failures from overseas. That does not mean we cannot go buy from overseas. However, there's a massive risk for it. That's why we give the analogy. Take the they need to fit in, they need to suit. The Premier League is a hard league. You come in only a type of player can come in and just automatically play well. I would give a player a month to digest in. Not a whole season. Like we gave Werner a whole season to adjust. Come on, how our standards have dropped. But I understand your point. Like yes, if that was the case, we would never buy from overseas. It's not the point all the time. It's the point that we over exaggerate the amount of time we need to give. As I said, we need to give players a month. And a lot of them have to do with the young players. It's a lot of the young players like Sancho and all the players that come in and for big prices. But Sancho who comes in for massive prices and then doesn't live up to the expectation. But it does. I understand your point where you're saying that, but it doesn't happen to everyone. But it does happen to a majority of people. But again, it's nothing to stop us from doing. It's like there's car accidents that happen every single day, but it doesn't stop us from driving. So it shouldn't stop us, but it's just there. It's just there telling us. Oops. Let's see. I want to see what said here. What's this? Top boy on PHA. Peter is an important member of the Chelsea family. We understand his decision to step away and thank you for the contribution as an advisor and his commitment for the club to our community. We wish him the best. Again, guys, Top boy who did not sack Peter Cech. Peter Cech set left on his own terms. We mustn't forget that. Been an hour. We've done an hour stream. Another day, another stream. Probably do want another one tomorrow. Actually, I'll probably be live tomorrow again. This is the big times where we should be making the most deals. This is as people have been claimed. This week and next week are the most important week for Chelsea. So again, guys, still got 8 people in here. If we can hit 30 likes, let's do so. Do like the stream, subscribe if you're new, guys. Notification bell must be on, guys. If you guys want to know when I'm live, so you know when I'm live, hit the notification bell. We're on 382 subs, so let's hopefully get to 400 by the end of the month. So that means in 3 months, but 20 videos, we'll get 400 subs, which would be great. So if you can do that by liking, subscribing, post notifications on, share on Twitter, guys. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, go do that right now, guys. Go do follow my Twitter. I get updates there. That's when you get an update to know when I'm live as well. Just post as well more opinions and stuff there. So if you want to see more of that, do check that out. And I appreciate everyone for joining. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Appreciate Liam Lane for joining, like usual. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everything. Everyone has a great rest of the day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Appreciate everyone joining. Thanks, Fairboy, Football Capital. Big up, guys. Everyone go check out Football Capital as well. No matter what team you support, they do all videos there. We have the couch coach. I would say couch. Wait, it is couch. What's it called? It's coach. Because there's couch critic and there's coachilla. So I always get confused with both of them. Coach Corner, guys, go to check out his channel. There's a big up to Chelsea fan. Big up to Tobago. If Tobago's new channel is starting soon, I'm not sure when it is starting, but do let me know that. Big up to Simon who joined. Luke, if you're an Arsenal fan, or if you want to start some content, do go check him out. Big up to Nippon as well. Good to check out Nippon's channel as well. But I appreciate everyone joining, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.